Share, share screen three. Okay, cool. So for this assignment, we are pretty much just trying to calculate how much weight the five people on the bottom row is trying to carry, assuming that everybody weighs 128 pounds. You have a human pyramid, and you have people on top of each other. The people in the bottom row are going to be carrying the weight. So our goal is to try to calculate how much weight each person on the bottom row is carrying, assuming that everybody weighs 128 pounds. This assignment is actually pretty easy. So we have our base case, which means it's going to return zero if these functions are true right here. So we have our main function, define human pyramid row column, and we're trying to find the weight of every person on row four. There's technically five rows, but with indexing, it's going to be row four because it starts with zero. So if the row is equal to zero and the column is equal to zero, return zero. Cool. If the column is less than zero or the column is greater than the row, return zero. This makes sure that there's no out of bounds positions that like yeah, there's no out of bounds like for anyone not on the top row. And then this makes sure that it's not gonna be anybody at the top of the pyramid carrying any weight. And then for our next lines of code, it's pretty much adding what the person to the left is carrying and then what the person to the right is carrying. So you have 128 plus the human pyramid row minus one, column minus one, because that's what the row indexing. Divide that by two. We have the same thing with the person to the right. Boom, return left to right. And then what we have here is every person on that bottom row and then the weight that they're carrying, assuming that everybody weighs 128 pounds. So it kind of like spirals up too. So if you think about a human pyramid, the person on the outside is going to be carrying the less weight, while the person in the middle is going to be carrying the most weight because they have the most gravity coming down at them. I don't know if that makes sense, but you have the person on the far left, 240, gets a little larger, 416, 480 in the middle, which makes sense. And then we have the same weight distribution going out. So it's kind of like a little in out type of ordeal. But yeah, this assignment was pretty easy. I have my F string right here, row four column, because we're only trying to calculate how much weight each person on row four is carrying. Um, yeah, that's all I got.